The notorious rapist Larry Murphy is due to be released from Arbour Hill prison this morning. Murphy was jailed for 15 years in May 2001 for the abduction, attempted murder and rape of a 28-year-old woman. His release today, after just 10.5 years behind bars, has sparked outrage. Locals in his native Baltinglass in County Wicklow say they're terrified that the convicted rapist may return to live in the town. Family members, however, have insisted that he won't be moving in with them. Our reporter Jerome Hughes is outside Arbour Hill this morning. Jerome, any movement there so far?
Siobhan, so far we haven't seen anything here, but certainly within the next few hours we're expecting that Larry Murphy will come out of here. Just behind me, you can see over my right shoulder, this is the entrance and the exit to Arbour Hill prison. As of yet, no movement though. Sometimes the prison service allow these prisoners to leave a day or two early just to try and avoid a lot of the fuss. And if you can see over my left shoulder here, you can see the huge media pack that has gathered. Some of these reporters and some of these photographers have been here for the last couple of days just in case Larry Murphy was released early. And I suppose that's what the prison service does fear, is the fact that there's this huge media pack. Not fearing the media pack itself, but certainly maybe the crowds that may attract, and then you have a very difficult situation for the Gardaí to manage. But as of yet, we do understand that Larry Murphy hasn't been released from prison, and we're expecting that in the next few hours. Now, Gardaí last night, they issued a press release, quite a lengthy press release. It's about 7 pages long, which is unusual for the Garda Press Office to have such a long press release, and it basically relates to the management of convicted sex offenders. It specifically states that it's not specific to Larry Murphy, but of course the reason they've issued this is because so many media queries have been called into the Garda Press Office over the last few days because of the controversy surrounding Larry Murphy's release. There's been an awful lot of debate around this whole area of remission, which is the release early for good behaviour of Larry Murphy, and a lot of people, a lot of groups saying that unless a prisoner takes part in rehabilitation in the prison while they're serving their sentence, that they should not get out early. A lot of concern as well about where is Larry Murphy going to go and the management of all that, and how is he going to be monitored. Of course, he's from Baltinglass in County Wicklow, so there has been some concern locally in that area that Larry Murphy would go back to County Wicklow. But I'll just read you a short extract from this press release that we have. Now, we know that in the United States that you can go on a website and you can see pictures of convicted sex offenders, and you can have details of where they are and all that type of thing. It's very different here, and it says Gardaí are not at liberty to disclose details relating to names, addresses, convictions, etc. of convicted sex offenders unless under certain circumstances, maybe passing that information on to other agencies like the HSE. But it gives the reason, and it says the reason is because such disclosure may increase the risk of reoffending due to the stress caused to the offender, make the management of that risk more difficult, and may cause unnecessary concern to the public. So it's kind of interesting to read through the Garda press release. Siobhan.
Well, speaking to TV3 News, Larry Murphy's brother Tom has strongly denied reports the convicted rapist will be moving in with him following his release.
Not having Larry here, under no circumstances is Larry coming to me, either to live with me in the house or live in the garage. The garage is strictly for domestic use, and I just want to be left in peace at this stage, myself, my partner and my kids.
Larry Murphy has been in prison for the abduction, attempted murder and rape of a young woman in February 2000. At his trial, his victim said she feared for her life during her ordeal in the Wicklow Mountains.
In February 2000, Larry Murphy turned the life of a young Carlow businesswoman and those of her family and his own family upside down. He forced his 28-year-old victim into the boot of his car, tying her hands and driving her to the Wicklow Mountains, where he repeatedly raped and beat her and then put a plastic bag over her head. By sheer chance, he was disturbed by 2 passing hunters and fled the scene, going home. In May 2001, the Central Criminal Court jailed him for 15 years for the abduction, attempted murder and rape of the woman. He told his trial he does not know what happened to him on the night. He served just over 10 years, getting early remission for good behaviour, a decision the Minister for Justice Dermot Ahern says he can't interfere with. Murphy has not availed of any counselling services for offenders while in prison. Marie Mulcahy, TV3 News.